Hello everyone, my name is Moheb Soliman and I'm here to read to you from my book Homes, which is a finalist for a Big Other Poetry Award. It's an accumulation of poems that are dealing with postmodern nature, identity, sublimity, and kind of a lot of other intersections using the site of the Great Lakes region, which I spent kind of a lot of time traveling all around and immersed in a lot of the different wild and kind of populous places. So the first poem I wanted to read to you is called In Ontario But Far From Superior, or These Missed Parts. You do not arrive. The place arrives. You are alive. We are alive. Wait on the risers by the shoreline. The place arrives. Places arrive and start the fires where there is any shot at life. Lake of the clouds in a boat bow, finding superior through the carp's mouth. Porcupine mountains in a ship's stern. See me now. See me now. Set to burn their hemlocks and maples. Madeline Island swimming in to red cliffs since before reservations. Tom's burned down cafe treading water. I am alive. I am alive. Serves as fodder for annexed places. Sault Ste. Marie twins test boundaries crossing the rapids of the St. Mary's. Locks knee deep in the terrain and name. Come to me. Come to me. Fan the flames of their emigrations. The place arrives. Places arrive. Fabled excess of the sum of parts. Collect and gather. Not discrete. No idea. Not as creatures, ghosts, the weather, a cordless power. It is not alive. They are not alive. A clap reversed. Big Bangland. Bound down boardwalks like fire. Escapes. There you strand, waving your arms, but you are alive. The place arrives, shooting flares into the night. You are on fire. This next poem I wanted to share kind of captures the really transient subtext in a lot of the work in the book. And it's maybe one of the more explicitly environmental poems, though this collection really tries to kind of dodge different discourses like environmentalism and identity politics in kind of trying to look at belonging in the region. It's called Lighthouse Lit, Dawn Opaque from Marinette to Menominee. You can hide a lot in fog. I saw no terrace with chairs, hot tub, outdoor shower, skidoo in silty lawn, and beagle dragging a bikini top behind after sleeping in it. I was packing the car at dawn. All life seemed out of touch of water and its problems. A lot in fog. No sign but scent of the smoked trout. No breakfast. No idea how to flop back into place, swim to life and drive to death before the cape burns off and leaves the world again to painfully obvious warming. By then the neighborhood will have emptied onto the beach till the beach fills in the neighborhood. How can things be always too late? Always on the lookout for more ice and gas. The climate changes right before you. Know it 100 years from today. The moment of efficacy as if it's always already past and all that's left to do is lie and bask and look out. A gigantic tanker slowly shredding the horizon. A lot in fog. Next poem I wanted to share is part of a series that are kind of playing with the notion of lost cities of the Great Lakes, and kind of trying to think about some of the complex histories and how they're kind of framed. It's called Lost City of Lake Erie. It was a port that sank, not a freighter or steamer or one of Perry's fleet, but a whole port for sailboats. Not leisure, but Pelt-era maritime's latest gallivanting technology, fettering the interior with metalled whites. It was a point on the way that La Salle anointed with French flowers. Dely and Father Hennepin with him in seamen, and Tonty and shale sparks with his steel claw ground. It blossomed into a port city on the shallowest lake of the whole unmarshaled region, some spot in the marshes before Leamington and beyond ports Dover and Stanley. Personally, I believe it was Rondeau. I met a regiment of memory there. What it was, being foreigns and braves and genuinely gods-fearing and raising a palisade and wheat and fermenting a trade zone that dried up, that flooded next spring. The marine life leaves some artifacts untouched on the lake bed, some conjecture, some dive, a book reports, the canon. Maps were found, with drawings of marquettes of the horseshoe of Niagara less crumbled, and calculated the distance to the port's crude first European wigwams, with arrowed hearts in the parchment's margins. Zealots' destinations, speciously barked up whole woods of ash and maple, abandoned when the faith didn't take. It's murky what happened, what lost, what left. The wives, kids, orphans, chattel, missions, crosses, X'd into land escapes. This next poem is maybe a bit more autobiographical and kind of working with how my own family's story and others like mine might fit into thinking about the region. It's called Back Parts. I've hit bottom, friends. Rock. To you, your Mediterranean interred sea, where I am from. These are my dad's trunks. These are my dad's calves. These are my dad's chests. These are my dad's hands. This blood, my dad's. The sharks would come, but there are no sharks here. Where am I from, folks? We from? There's no predators here, save storms and waves of immigration. But all over the lakes are shaped like predators. Seething wolf, leering shark, mouths, points, shipwrecks stand. A better chance of a homecoming than the packs of immigrants that beached, a drowned wolf, blinded shark, tongues warped into Wendat and English, naming, maiming, limbs of peninsulas, ripshod creatures' claims for places that no one wants, stuck together families like amphibious gangs, growing back parts. This last poem I wanted to share is just called On the Water, and it's sort of one of the few, I think, more obviously blissed out poems in the book. Yeah, and just kind of, still though working through the lens of technology in groping towards a relationship to the non-human living world and nature. A lot of the other poems are maybe having to deal with the wilderness management systems that we have, or the history and violence that, you know, systemically we deal with in sort of trying to figure out belonging and place. So yeah, I just thought I would share this one at the end, and thanks very much for spending time with me in this book, Holmes. On the water. And the world entire would load before your eyes. And there's no more. And caches clear, and all songs stream at once. The sound delayed, avatars retired, and all seasons complete at once, with the earth tilted on its axis no more. The weekend's lightning languorous, arms stretched after lunch. You can't take more. And the robes are soaked. Why, they can't absorb another drop. And what's more, wash is over, unimpeded now. And there's more. The morning after, all justice meted out. All grudges would be lost in the cloud, and power would go out, and all leisure would be more radical then. And the fight would go out of you, with the world at your fingertips, guiding your hand to the ends of luxury. It doesn't get any better than this. There's more of the same, and who could want more? Thank you.